Are any other women out there just like exclusively approached by creeps and weirdos?
This video is exactly why a lot of men don't approach women anymore. And it's not a bad video. She did nothing wrong. But it's like I see posts all the time. There's one last week where it's like, oh, why aren't men using discernment to know like when it's a good time to approach a woman? And then I see women say like, why do all men like assume that they be the creepy men? Like she is saying she's exclusively approached by creeps. And common sense just tells us that those creeps that were approaching her didn't all know they were creeps. Like I've known men where he barely knows this woman, goes to her place of employment and then like tries to talk to her. And then like he comes back, he's like, bro, she wasn't feeling me. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's weird. But he had no idea, okay? So it's like, I feel like a lot of men are like, okay, what if there's something that I have no idea that I do that's creepy? So it's easier just to simply not worry about that in the first place. And in this video, she says she would rather not get approached at all than get approached by creeps, which of course makes sense. But I feel like it makes sense for some men to be like, okay, let's just not approach women. We got other things. We got social media. We got dating apps. Like I feel like there's some women who have like just a selfish viewpoint of it where it's like, oh, like we're not getting approached. Like, come on, just approach. Like if she thinks you're creepy, she thinks you're creepy. And it's like, no, bro, we don't want to be that guy. Like obviously being like perceived as a creep isn't as bad as getting creeped on, but that's still not something that you want. Like there's no man in this world where they want like some woman to be able to say, oh my gosh, yeah, that guy, he was kind of like creepy and like weird. Like no one wants that. So it makes sense, especially like, you know, seeing all this stuff like this, like, oh, I mean, there are creepy men approaching women, that men don't want to approach anymore. Just to be safe. Like I feel like you should appreciate that. I feel like generally like the general vibe should be like, oh, you know, like rather be safe than sorry. I appreciate that. But no, some of you are trying to get them to do it anyways. And bro, you're setting people up for failure. Because the thing is, some of these men who like aren't approaching because they're afraid of being creepy would be creepy by accident. Again, it's very rare that these men are being creepy intentionally. Like, seriously, like bro, like literally just have empathy for like a good like 15 seconds and you would understand.
I did not realize how hated black men were by black women until I did my series. My husband was raised by a single mom, and this is what I've learned. And then I did another video, Black Men in Therapy, and the comments from black women, wow, color me surprised. I kept receiving comments full of skepticism from men saying, are you really trying to give us grace? Are you really trying to understand us? And when I saw the women comment, I went, oh, wow, now it's starting to click. And it saddened me, but I now understand. And a lot of them brought up generalizations about black men creating broken homes and leaving more baby mamas and babies out there. But I feel like millennials and Gen Z are swinging the pendulum the other way from Xers and boomers because they're trying to be in their children's lives. They're not trying to have these broken homes. They're trying to make it work with their partners. So now I understand comments like this, but I'm a big advocate for all men's healing.
Men, I think what you have confused is that as a woman, I don't need you any longer. Like in this, up until the 70s, I needed you to get a credit card. Up until recently, I needed you to have a baby. I don't need you anymore. You don't complete me. Like Jerry Maguire said, I am complete by myself. So when I say you have to earn me, it's that you have to earn the right to receive my time, my beauty, my femininity, my softness. Like I'm an add value to you more than you're an add value to me.
Let me ask you, what is you say you add value, you're an add value to him. What is it, honey? I want to know. I want to see it in list form because your personality bites. It sucks, right? I couldn't listen to you for more than a hot minute. Right. And if I were a guy and took you on a date and you had even a touch of that little nastiness in your voice, I would be out of there, you know, before you could blink.
So the other day, I was talking to one of my homeboys of why he doesn't talk to women anymore, right? And the response this he gave me, I had to write it down and share with y'all niggas, bro, because it's insane. I'm like, bro, is it riding fire? It's told me, I don't chase the tide. If the waves come, he'll dance with them. I told him, what do you mean? He said, hold on, let me finish. If the tides don't come, I'll still be at the shore. This nigga's philosophical with it. My bad, bro. I didn't even know that you were on this type of journey. The fact that you just spoke to me, is this fire, nigga? This is speaking like he a poet now. So my bad, bro. I'm gonna leave you alone for that. My bad.
Here's the thing about real men. Real men
don't lecture me how to be a man when you bend over and show the world your cleavage in almost all your videos. As a married mother of 3, just because your simp spineless husband allows you to pimp yourself out online for attention from random men doesn't mean that's the example of a real man. A real man would not allow you to be posting your for the entire world to see online. Okay, sweetheart, maybe you should get off the internet and go spend some more time with your kids and less time online being a...
Do you know why dating is unfair for men and not for women? Because men have to earn love. Women don't. Women can just show up and there will always be someone to love them. But a man, he has to be confident, he has to have money, he has to have status, he has to have worked on himself, he has to whatever, because a man who is fat, who has no money, who has no status, who has no self-control, will not be loved by anyone except maybe his parents, but that's it. No one else will care about him. So women out there saying that dating is harder for women, where? It is so not harder for women. The worst kind of woman will find love, but a man has to be exceptional in so many ways in order to just have one person care about him.
Every time you have another kid by another man or multiple kids by multiple men, your dating pool of men that will take you serious and want to date you to marry you and see you as a wifey prospect and see you as somebody they want to build their life with and take serious gets smaller. And that's just bottom line, period. End of story, end of discussion, no argument. I keep seeing this discourse on TikTok about single moms and dating single moms and who doesn't want to date single moms and, oh, you're not worthy and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. As a former single mom of 2 kids with 2 baby daddies, I have the room to say what I'm about to say. And that's a hard truth to swallow as a woman, that, hey, I made this decision thinking I trusted this person and wanted to have a family with this person and it didn't work out. And now because of that, there's like a whole group of men that don't even like see me as a dating. Yes. And that's just it.
A lot of men avoid divorced women and single moms, not because they're bad people, okay, but because of the baggage that comes with it. Let's break it down, shall we? A divorced woman usually carries emotional scars. She's been through betrayal, conflict, failure, child custody, and often she hasn't healed from it. That pain doesn't just disappear. It bleeds into the next relationship. Men can feel that bitterness, that distrust, and most don't want to pay for what the last man did. Now let's talk about the single moms. It's not just about dating her. It's about inheriting her past. The ex is always in the picture. The baby daddy will be forever tied to her and her child. And no matter how great the guy is, he's never the first priority. Her kids will be. And they should be. The child should come first. But most men aren't signing up to be second place in their own relationship. It doesn't mean divorced women or single moms can't find love. That's not what I'm saying. But it does mean the pool is smaller. So stop shaming men for wanting less baggage. It's not hate, it's honesty. If you want a high value man, you've got to bring more than wounds and history to the relationship. You have to bring healing, peace, and partnership, because that's what men stay for.
We are witnessing the end of men. Usually when we see these headlines of the end of men, it's like men are failing in schools, men don't have any friends, men can't go on dates, men are having anymore, men are addicted to drugs, men are themselves. But men aren't just themselves, they're each other. And you know who endangers men the most? Other men. I'm gonna say it. The greatest threat to our boys and their safety are the older men who are in power, who have influence, who have money, and who do nothing to keep them safe. And actually who go out of their way to put them in harm's way by blocking any kind of common sense control, by blocking any kind of regulation of speech online, or even videos like the assassination video that was just sent and up and amplified because of these algorithms that these men have built. When we say young men are being radicalized, we have to say by who. We have to say because of who. There are people who could be protecting these boys, particularly men who could be protecting these boys, who aren't doing it, and in fact are putting their own greed, their own self-interest above the safety of their own gender. I am so sick of this. Young men and boys need protection. They need guardrails. So stop asking women to have empathy for the male loneliness crisis and ask the men who have built the algorithms, who have built the society in which those men are so lonely and those young boys end up to be radicalized, and ask them what they're doing about it.
Question for the men. Why is it that nowadays men don't tend to approach women in public anymore? I feel like back in the day, 90s, 2000s, it was so common for men to just come up to women and be like, hey, what's your name? Want to grab a drink? And that completely stopped. Why is that?
Men are extremely logical thinkers, which means that the benefits have to outweigh the risks. And today, I'm sorry, ladies, in most cases, the benefits of approaching you do not outweigh the risks. Because men are listening to the ladies, and what they are seeing and hearing is that women do not want to be approached unless it happens to be the type of man that she does want to be approached by. But even in those cases, even if that man is that man, he, in most cases, does not think that he's that man. But even if he thinks that he is that man, he's going to have a very difficult time approaching you unless you make it very obvious or you approach him first. Because if he's wrong, not only does he deal with the rejection, because he can deal with that. I mean, men 20, 30 years ago dealt with it just fine. But the difference today is that women have more of an attitude and they get offended if the man that approaches them isn't the man that they want to be approached by. And simply put, women are mean. They are oftentimes going to label that man as a creep. And even worse, there are video cameras everywhere, which means that if she catches it on camera, if she gets it recorded onto her phone, guess where it's going to end up? On social media. And then that man's worst nightmare has happened because now multiple people think that he's somebody that he's not.
I think because modern women don't seem to understand, they feel like if men aren't doing things in the way that they want them done, in the speed and the timeline that they want them done, then the man is not doing anything about it at all. That's how they feel. So they keep on getting in the man's face, talking about, oh, y'all are doing this to yourselves, this, and this. It doesn't matter if a man steps in and creates a group, which, by the way, you come in, disturb the group and say, oh, what, y'all need to start letting women in. This is discrimination. So y'all come and blow that group up, because that was a support group for men. Even though it wasn't called that, that's what men are using it as. But you don't want to hear that. So whatever. Men do different things. Men take other men different places. Hey man, let's go hang out and get a drink. Right? Hey man, let's go axe throwing. Or man, let's go to the range. Hey man, let's go. We're not gonna do the full 18, but let's get 9 in. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and get on the course, right? Hey man, let's go hoop. There's something. Men do that type of stuff. There's actually men out here that do that, right? I understand it's not for everyone. It might not be for it might not be everywhere that a man has that support. I understand that, but it's the same way with women. They don't have the support that y'all be talking about they have. But we got to stop this stuff to where men are not doing anything. Men are just, oh, well, they don't care about each other and this. That's what you think, because men aren't dealing with stuff the way that you want them to.
Why don't men approach women anymore? Have you noticed this happening? I mean, I have not, because I've been married for 10 years, but I'm getting this question all the time from the women that I work with. And here's my take on it. My take is that you are not being approached by men because you are unapproachable. I don't think that it's something that's in the water. I think that women need to have a little bit more compassion and understanding for what men go through. Men being the ones who have to put their ego aside. They're the ones expected to just go up to a woman, strike up a conversation, run the risk of rejection. We're all terrified of rejection. That's a whole other topic. If you want him to approach you, you have to be approachable. At least send over the signals that he will not be rejected. He will not be made to feel like a complete fool and loser if he comes up and tries to talk to you. So make eye contact, smile, have open body language, just be warm. That's all you need to do. You can also go up to him and start talking to him. We're so scared to show interest. If I show interest, it's gonna scare him away. No, that's not what's scary. Being needy and desperate is off-putting. Going up to someone, striking a conversation, that is not scary. That's not gonna put off a guy who is interested in you. Now, you shouldn't be doing all the work. You shouldn't go up to him and then ask for a date and then start planning the date, ask for his number, ask for the date, start planning. No, because then he's going to feel like, hey, why is she being so aggressive? This is a little bit too much. You have to leave some space for him to do something. All you really need to do, men, chime in the comments, but I think that they're all going to agree with me. You have to make yourself more approachable. The end. And if this is hard for you, it's probably because you struggle with your self-worth and confidence. So I would highly recommend checking out my new book, Detached: How to Let Go, Heal, and Become Irresistible. We also talk a lot about overcoming this fear of rejection that is so dominating for so many of us. Okay, I hope this helps. Make sure to follow me for more.
So this is a question for the guys. So I know many guys have said that they don't want to approach women anymore. Like, they're not going to approach her at a grocery store. They're not going to approach her at the gym. They're not going to approach her at the bar. Because why? most women can just frankly be rude to guys or don't want them talking to him or don't want them talking to her. So, question for these guys that would say they don't approach women. If a woman went out of her way to make eye contact with you, looked away, looked back, maybe even held the gaze for a couple seconds, made sure she was within proximity of you, as well as then smiled at some point. If a woman goes to that extent, would you then change your mind on approaching her? Or do you just want the woman to approach you? I know some women don't want to do that because they're old school and that's kind of how I am. But I also am just like, if I want to talk to someone, I'll just go talk to them. But maybe I'm different in that way. But would this change your mind, guys? Let me know in the comments.
I am not here for the male gaze anymore. They're not my demo. I mean, men will just toss you aside for like the newest ingenue. And that's fine. You should absolutely do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame you for that. I'm still hot.
Ma'am, you're not here for the male gaze anymore because the male gaze ain't checking for you. You've spent years living off of that attention and monetizing it. You use your looks to build your career. And now you're almost 50. You've gained weight, your looks are slipping, you're getting older, and your offers are getting lighter. And all of a sudden now, after building your entire career off of the male gaze, I'm above male validation.
Everybody who's in the know what's up with you. So they will roll in the hay, but nobody's going to commit. Yeah. So they have to get their money by suing because, I mean, no baby's going to come out of her at that carburetor womb having that. If you press the horn on her womb, what does it say, D?
No, not that. No, that's not.
Check engine light.
Y'all remember one time? Y'all remember me and let me talk about the past. We was in the house one time, me and Murder. She sucking his. Wait. And so she giving me. He hitting it from the back, and he starts sucking like that.
Is there a distinct possibility that there may have been underage girls in that?
Come on now.
That's crazy.
I don't know what you're doing. That's crazy. That's disgusting what you're doing.
That's crazy.
You know what's wild too is that she never apologized for this. No accountability.
First of all, I only like older. Second of all, was 1992. We was underage. That's A and B. We wasn't supposed to do it.
Wow, look at the details.
I know. I want some fans in the mouth.
Oh my God.
She looked elderly in that picture too. She looked like an old Karen. Do you live in this building? Shut up.
This is exactly why your past matters. Because someone gonna know your history. You trying to come at Cameron, and meanwhile he got receipts of things that you never wanted to be released. You can't put these allegations in the air and then expect silence from the men that you're levying them against. That's some serious that you just said out loud, talking about trying to land the plane. Excuse me. And no matter what you think, what Cameron did is not misogyny. It's a response to your.
Women after 25 start wanting big ticket items that men can't afford and don't want to invest in. So this is why men say that women hit the wall after 25, because after 25, women start to want to settle down. They want to start to get a house in the suburbs. They want to start getting luxury vehicles. They want to start settling down, getting married, maybe starting to have kids at a certain point, or at least looking to it. And up until the age of 25, men can't really impress women with their finances if they're close to the same age. So if you're dating a 25-year-old and you're a 25-year-old, how's he supposed to impress you when you're ready to move to the suburbs, retire, and start having babies when he's barely entering into his career making 4 or 5 figures? So they tend to want to date younger because they can afford younger. And instead of, finding other streams of income or ways to make more money, they just tell the woman that they're not all that after the age of 25 because they can't afford them after the age of 25, and they cannot impress them after the age of 25 like an older man can. Because once a woman gets 25, she can literally date pretty much a 45-year-old, a 50-year-old, and get all bills paid, be on vacation, shopping and sipping while this dude is still in the bars picking up 20-year-olds and impressing her by taking her to the movies. So it's very different when it comes to women. We have a biological clock, and therefore we're trying to move along ahead faster than these men are, and faster than their pockets are able to. Okay?
I find it hilarious when girls get on this app and they're like,
Fellas, I do not regret to inform you the shift is happening. The tables are starting to turn. They are starting to use logic. View discretion advised.
I'm the no revenge. I have professional athletes in my DMs. Hey, so they're in everybody's DMs. That's cool and all, but we should not be using messages from professional athletes as validation because they message everybody.
That is exactly what we've been saying all of this time. Ladies, I am so proud of y'all. Y'all finally coming around the curve to understand just because you got somebody in your DMs, let alone an athlete or a celebrity of some sort, doesn't make you that girl. They are in everybody's DMs. They're trying to crack anything moving. The only time you can actually get credit is to be committed to by a man of true value. But the key word is commitment. He would truly have to display his commitment to you, and you do the same thing in return. Now, if you can get him to do that and he's an athlete, now we're talking. We moving the sticks now. But when you got Offset, Odell Beckham Jr., and Stephon Diggs in your DM, that's not a flex. You're just a body they're waiting to cross off the list. There's nothing impressive about that. I'm going to say it like I've said it before. Commitment is the only flex you can have from a person of value. If they are not committing to you, it is not a flex. Don't even bother bringing it up because we're going to tear that argument apart. Yeah, keep the change.
This is the reason why so many career-driven women have problems in the dating world. A lot of these women aren't staying in their physical lane or their mental lane when it comes to the men. Because now you want these men that make all this here money and do all of these here things for you, which is a very small percentage of men. If you say I want a man that make $100,000, you eliminated 85% of all men. 85%, that leaves you 15%. Half of that 15% is married. 7.5%. Half of them live their alternative lifestyle. Take that down to 3.5%, 4% that you got to choose from. Then you want them over 6 feet. 2%. He can't be obese. 1%. You don't like Sagittarius, Leos, or Cancers. Well, now you at 0.5% of a man that you gotta look for. You gotta find him, and then he gotta like you back. That type of man that makes that type of money has requirements for a woman too that now you have to meet. This is why so many women are struggling that make money when they step out here into the dating world because they're unrealistic for their dating pool.
And like men continue to say, because Shira is essentially saying, these young men at 25, because women are wanting the big ticket items, marriage, to settle down after 25, or at 25, this is what they're wanting. But the men at 25 are still trying to build their careers and stuff like that, right? I mean, God forbid you're broke, he's broke. Why don't y'all just get together and help each other out? Why would you do that though? Thought you liked the guy. I guess not. Y'all are wanting to go for the older, more established men. But y'all think that because you're pretty, you can come in the door dictating stuff. That's not going to work. That type of stuff is not going to fly. You guys don't seem to understand that. When you come in, you will be on his program. Oh, well, I kick it screaming. He got me Starbucks today and he got me flowers in this. He got me Starbucks on the way to Home Depot so he could get the stuff that he needs to finish his man cave. Oh man, we went to Jamaica and the water was just beautiful, and we got first class coach seats, and everything was first class. We stayed at a first class hotel. I love my man. I love him. And you're sitting up here taking a video of the man working. So, we're going to go out a little. He's working this morning, but we're going to go out at around 12 o'clock. That's what he said. He's going to work for a few hours. And I'm just going to kind of lay here by the pool and chill. He said we're going to go out at 4. And so until he's ready, I'm just going to kind of hang out and go to the gym and work out because, he don't get off until like 4 o'clock. Exactly. When he's ready to go, when he's ready to do things, that's when you're going to move. Modern women don't understand that. Y'all can keep on trying to yank the chain of these men if you want to,
So I go out with my single friend, you know what I mean? Because most of them are single. And I'm observing when I go to the club, when I go out to bars, whatever I'm doing with my single friends. I'm seeing men not approach women, like, at all. Like, why not shoot your shot? Like, there's so many single people out here. Why not? I see people are in their little bubble and they stick to their little bubble. There is no men shooting the shot. Where is it? Back in the day, men would attempt. Now, I see nothing. A woman would be next to a man and nothing, no conversation. They're in a little bubble. What the f*** is it? Let me know.
I'm a woman. So what did you say? I said women don't like dudes who got their own, who don't need them. They rather deal with men who are not that intellectually aggressive, who gonna let them say what they want and do what they want. They rather deal with a man like, not saying you like that, but most women out here don't want to deal with a man who gonna say, baby, nah, don't wear that. Nah, baby, don't talk like that. They don't really want to deal with that. They rather deal with a dude who let them say and do whatever they want to do. And they think if a man be a man, he's toxic.
So my question was, do you with a real woman?
Let me answer that question.
And the reason why I asked
I'm
is
listening.
because if you with a real woman, she's going to agree with you. Hey, maybe I shouldn't step outside wearing this,
I respect that, baby.
nasty ass shit.
Let me answer that. This is the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hose, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. No, listen. I met a lot of women. It don't mean, I don't care if they from the hood. I don't care if they got two parents. Their interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you gonna try to figure out which lion gonna bite your ass or not? You're gonna be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much these on, so we don't know the difference.
Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in, he won't look it.
That is because dating has become a humiliation ritual for us guys. I did approach a woman like 3 years ago. If you think I'm gonna be doing that again, kiss my ass. I got laughed at so much. When I went home, I just cried. It literally got to the point where I had to switch classes. I've seen so many videos being like, no, we don't want you to approach us, stay the f away from us. We don't know who to approach. Nowadays, you are not going to be expecting, oh, you know what, I look pretty today. A guy's definitely gonna approach me. No, that's absolutely not true. Like, women, you have absolutely no idea how hard it is to approach you guys. It's so horrible. I would literally choose over approaching a woman. This is gonna sound really pathetic, but I would rather have a robot girlfriend than go through the entire process of trying to get a girl's number. I know, it sounds really pathetic, but it is true. I'm not gonna speak for other guys, but I'm not approaching. Like, ever. Honestly, being single does sound a lot better than just getting humiliated.
I do think it is the case that oftentimes women lose attraction for their partner when the man is vulnerable.
I think it depends on the level.
That's for immature women.
I think even a very emotionally intelligent woman might run into something that just innately, regardless of your level of intelligence or IQ or EQ, you're going to witness a level of vulnerability in your partner that will give you...
If you're not able to manage it.
The ick.
If you're not
now,
able
let
to
me
manage
give you
it.
an example here. Has anybody here been dating a guy and he got beat up?
Oh my God, I would have to.
Have to what? Say it. Just even picturing it in your head, it sounds like you're gonna say you break up with the guy.
What was his idiot self doing that got him beat up? Like, don't start a fight.
Maybe he didn't start it. I do think that some women will look at their boyfriend in this vulnerable state.
Yeah, but that's a them problem. That's not a problem that makes it so that men should act any certain way.
I've gone through a lot of difficult things in my life. Even a girl I've been with for a long period of time, it's never occurred to me to sit down, to be like, here's all the bad things that have happened to me.
But if I care about you as a person, I would want to know how your day is going, what's keeping you up at night.
So I could have the most terrible day ever, and if my girlfriend asks me about it, I'd just be like, it was good.
That's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Are you single?
Let's all apologize.
Yeah, that's why you're single.
Okay, are women who just want to date rich men, are they only after their money? I'm going to tell you. Simply put, the answer is no. Women are far pickier than you guys give them credit for. And yes, there are some women who, would take any old rich dude, okay? Those are the women that never get access to my guys, by the way. But a woman who is also smart and accomplished oftentimes wants a man who is smart, accomplished, and successful. And yes, being smart, accomplished, and successful goes hand in hand with money. So when a man is affluent and he has money, oftentimes it means that he is interesting, he is evolved, he works hard, hopefully, and he's built a gorgeous life for himself that is irresistible to most women. Just like many men say, Gina, get me a rich woman. Unfortunately, I'm not in that business. But, so yeah, it's not just about money. It's just not just about money. If it was, in some ways my life would be easier, even though I wouldn't set those women up with my guys. But the women are very picky, guys. It's not just because a guy has money. They want a guy who is smart, who is tall, who is good looking. They want it all. So, yeah, I think just because a woman wants to marry a guy with money, there's a long list of other reasons beyond the actual dollars. Okay? I hope it helps.
What's your age?
I'm 18.
Let's say we're together and I'm paying all the bills and taking care of you, but I cheated on you. Would you give me another shot or would you leave?
I would give you another shot. Of course I would. If you're taking care of the things and, we can have a simple conversation to establish, the exclusivity of our relationship, then I understand. But if you have one slip up, then I can't really say nothing. You're taking care of everything. My duty is to suck and shut the up at the end of the day.
Suck and shut the up?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
Well, I realized that a man, after a long day of work and he wants to pay, he's paying for all the bills, he's, taking care of all the duties, fixing the plumbing, fixing all the stuff that a woman wouldn't do. I do want to give him his time to breathe afterwards. I need to pleasure him. I need to make sure he's fed and happy, and then I'll be able to kind of talk to him. But I want to really make sure that my man has everything he needs and to support our family and not be overly stressed out. I don't need to create problems with him crying over the phone because he liked another girl's Instagram photo. It makes no sense.
But you're 18 now. How did you develop this mentality so young?
My parents are older. My parents are in their 60s, so I definitely got raised from older values, and definitely the traditional values as well. But I've always grown up pretty Republican, pretty conservative, so I guess that's where the values come in.
Men don't go after women anymore nowadays, and part of the reason is that it's just become so hard because we women have become so demanding. Not that long ago, a marriage was seen as an economical agreement, and the husband was expected to provide for his family and to protect his family. But in those days, we women were still financially dependent on men. But now that we make our own money, we don't just want a husband to be a provider or to protect us, but we want a husband who can really understand us, who can feel us emotionally, and who can help in the household, and wait a minute, who can also be a very good father to our kids. But it's not just because we're financially independent that we have these expectations. It's also that society, the way it's set up, has changed completely. We used to live in a society in which we had a whole support system around us. We would have barbecues with the neighbor on the corner every Sunday. We would drink coffees with our neighbor every morning, and we would discuss our problems. But nowadays, because we also work, we live way more isolated, and the time we have off, we spend more and more with this one person who's our husband. And what that looks like in reality is that we sit on the sofa at night and we watch TV together. We look at rom-coms in which the man goes through a man back to win a woman's heart. So besides the fact that practically seen we expect more from our men, our brains are also fed with all these fantasies about how relationships should and could be. And men have stopped to go after women because they freak out with the thought that they have to deliver all these things that women expect nowadays.
And guys keep on saying the same thing over and over again. I don't know why modern women won't listen. Me not approaching sounds a lot better, feels a lot better, feels a lot safer than me coming out there and getting humiliated. It's one thing for you to get rejected, but it's another thing for you to be out here humiliating men. Like I keep talking about, modern women, it's actually a bully. You're actually being a bully to that man. That's what you're if he can't take a little rejection and this and this, it'd be one thing if you just rejected him and you had like a little laugh at his expense. Oh, he just kind of walked off. Y'all don't even let that man get out of earshot. You guys are like, you see in those movies where they might be talking about somebody and it's comical because the person's right there, right? But the intent is so that the person can overhear, get mad, and go and turn into the Hulk. There was a movie that I think me and my wife were watching or something like that, where it was Rachel McAdams and her boss. And her boss and the people at work were really going off on her. And she did this, it was kind of stupid. It was meant to be silly. Oh, I'm the greatest survivor. She was auditioning for Survivor. She was like 10 feet, not even 10 feet. She was 5 feet away. And there was a group of guys that were, making fun of her video, watching her video. She's doing work for them. And they're watching her video, laughing at her. That's a bully. You're bullying that woman. What are you doing? And then they want that woman to be nice to, oh, can you do this? Right? No, I can't because you bullied me. That's what you guys are doing. Y'all, the men are in earshot. And y'all are, oh, he hot. Oh, yeah, this and that. Oh, could you buy her drinks? Could you open my door? Oh, do you think that you could buy us some appetizers? Oh, we're so hungry. Shut up. Got nothing to say. You get that guy out my face.
What kind of career do those women have when they come to you?
I mean, I don't really care about it.
Why not?
Because generally speaking, men don't care about a woman's career. We just don't.
But you said you should bring more to the table. So why not a career?
Let's say me and you were on a date, right? And I told you,
no.
hypothetically, bear with me here. I know you hate me and everything. We're on a date and I tell you, hey, look, I have like this awesome Jordan collection. I got these designer wallets. I got like this walk-in closet. It's awesome. What's your thoughts with that?
You buy a lot of expensive things. Yes.
Okay. So what else comes to mind when I'm talking about my obsession for fashion?
You like fashion. You like to dress up, essentially.
Okay. What's your opinion on that? Would it be fair to say that you'd be indifferent to me saying that?
Yes, because
okay, hold on.
What's the point?
Pause that. Thank you. That's exactly how we feel about women's careers.
What? What do you mean?
No, hold on. No, I really want you to take that in.
Huh?
That same level of indifference, right, that you have for me having an awesome wardrobe or sneakers or whatever, you're indifferent to it. That's exactly how men feel about women's careers because my wardrobe doesn't benefit you, right? It doesn't benefit you.
No.
Same thing. A woman's career doesn't benefit us. It doesn't benefit us because we're still going to be expected to be a protector and a provider.
To all the men in happy marriages and relationships, I know y'all love to see this.
I myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Though they may be parted, there is still a chance they will see. There will be an answer.
Now, the big smile that these women have when they see the husband or boyfriend goes to show you that they're happy in their relationship. And I want to tell any man in a relationship right now, if you're with your wife or your girlfriend and she's not smiling like this, especially if she didn't see you in a while, there's signs to show that she is not satisfied and she is not happy. It may have to do something with you or it may have to do something with her, but you have to figure that out. Now, if you have a conversation with her and you figure things out and it's you, then you're gonna have to pack it up.
So first of all, most women will not be upset if you don't approach us. Second of all, if you were actually listening, you would know that approaching isn't necessarily a bad thing. You need to start listening, not just to follow some instruction on how to not be a creep. You need to listen to understand. You need to listen to understand our perspective. That means listening and absorbing content from women discussing our point of view every day. Listening openly and humbly to understand our perspective, not to follow some instruction of what you're supposed to do, but to understand how we're feeling. If you did that, then you would know what to do. I have an entire playlist on how to approach women without being creepy. I have an entire playlist on understanding women's point of view. I have an entire playlist on what creepiness even is so that you can understand it better. What's really cool is if you start to actually understand, then you won't have to memorize any tips. It'll be automatic. It'll be innate because you understand our point of view. When I saw a kid crying at Disney World, I didn't have to have somebody explain to me how to approach a child. I simply thought about what it was like from their point of view and how scary I might be to them. No one ever told me, okay, you need to stay this far apart. You need to get down on one knee and you need to look them in the eyes so that you're on their level. And you need to ask them, can I help you? Is everything okay? No one had to tell me how to do it because I could understand their point of view and have empathy for the position that they were in. Listening to women isn't going, okay, fine, I won't approach you anymore, angry lady. It's listening to understand why we're feeling what we're feeling. When you understand our point of view, it's going to get so much easier, but you are going to have to work to understand our point of view. If you are unable or unwilling to actually listen to understand women, then yeah, absolutely. Please don't approach us. You're not the ones we want approaching us.
Recently, I asked for women, specifically those who say that they despise all men, to explain what the reasoning was behind their hatred. I mainly received 2 responses from that. The first being is that some of those women possibly experienced some type of or trauma from a man or multiple men in their past. But when I pointed out that a person's past traumas are not excuses for current bad behaviors, that did not go over very well. And then there was the second response, was that men commit the majority of crime in this world, and therefore they cannot be trusted. But when I asked, does that excuse stereotyping of certain ethnic groups or religious groups as well? And all there was silence. So I really didn't get a reasonable or rational response to why they hate men. Because remember, there is no reasonable or rational response to hatred, because hatred itself is irrational.
I just need to know from a men's perspective, are y'all waiting on girls to talk to you first? Like, are you waiting on a girl to ask you on a date first? Because that's crazy to me. Like, when you're out in public and you're making eyes with a girl and you're, like, making it known that you're attracted to her, but you're not going to say something, how are you not going to say something? Where are the huevos? Where are the huevos these days? I feel like there's so many, like, times that guys want to say something to girls and they don't. Like, is there a guy watching this that can give us some insight? Like, why don't you just do it? Why don't you just do it? Are you scared? Are you waiting for her to say something first? I like my man to be assertive and dominant. If you want to say something to me, say something to me. I'll give you the opportunity. I'll put my phone down.
I don't know why so many women think that it's so easy to approach when they themselves start sweating over the thought of roles reversed. Just off the top of my head, 3 really easy reasons why it is difficult for a man to approach. Number 1, fear of rejection. Number 2, anxiety over what he actually says to you. And number 3, the situation is not ideal, like you're not alone. That's just 3, but there's like 100 more.
Why do men not approach certain women? Because y'all ask me all the time, how come I don't get approached? How come I don't get approached? Y'all, it could be so many reasons, okay? One of the reasons is because you already look taken. And a lot of times women don't realize if they look taken or not. Some women are or have been in long-term relationships where they just look taken. There's some women that look very single. There's some women that look desperate. So we have to understand. And also there's some that look so good they can't afford you, but all they do is look and already assume that you're with someone very rich. Okay? So everything is different for every individual. If you're one of those women who are very beautiful, they may already think that you're with someone that has more money than them. Okay? This is why I tell you, if you're very, very beautiful, top of the line, and you have problems with people approaching you, you need to kind of downplay your fashion and your accessories. Because think about this. They don't think that you need them. They think you already got them. If you're full of jewelry and designer bags and designer clothing, they don't think they can impress you at all. But if you walk up in there with a Walmart purse on, a t-shirt, a denim jacket, and a nice pair of slacks and cute little heels, you don't look like they cannot upgrade you. You don't look like you're dating that billionaire. So you need to retire the designer purses and bust out the Walmart purses, bust out you a little casual but cute outfit that's not designer, take off all the jewelry, maybe one little dainty necklace, and look like they can do something for you, because they already think you're taken and well taken care of, living in somebody's penthouse with a driver, if you look that good.
And don't beat me up over this, but we as women would benefit more if we listened more and talked less. Not necessarily because men know everything or whatever, but because they think differently than we do. They look at things differently than we do. So if we could be quiet long enough to actually listen to them, we would be able to realize that there's something to learn from the way that they view things. Just being honest. I mean, being understood is important, 100%, but so is being teachable. Pay attention. Sometimes you just have to shut the up, because whether we like it or not, they do be knowing. They be right a little bit. You gotta give credit where credit is due. Sometimes we're a little slow, and that's why we're supposed to compliment each other. Sit back, listen, ask questions, but be teachable. Thank you.
No, I just wanted to know if I could hit or not.
You're wondering if you could hit?
Yes.
As in have intercourse
Yeah.
with me. Well, you're an attractive woman. However, I have to politely turn you down on that, because there's videos of you on the internet having intercourse with other men, which for me is a
big no-no.
A deal breaker.
Have you watched any of them?
No. I appreciate the invitation, but I must graciously, I can't do it. Just by virtue of you having had with another man on camera, for me, it's a deal breaker.
You're cute though.
I'm sorry.
In that kind of like weird cute way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I have a little crush on you.
He's blushing. Not happening. He's blushing.
I just want to you.
I could film it.
Is this harassment? Am I being?
No, I'm sorry if you feel like.
And listen, modern women, they always want you to see it from their side, and that's the problem that we keep on running into. And listen, I appreciate Brenna. She has some really good takes, but I think she was talking about essentially, if I see a kid crying in Disney, then nobody had to tell me to kind of get down on one knee, get eye level with them and talk to them about, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? What's happening? How can I help? Where's your mom? Where's your dad? Is everything all right? Nobody had to tell me that. I just knew it instinctively because I could see it from their perspective. Thank you. You don't have, it's good if you do, but you don't have to get on your knee to talk to a child. You can stand up and be talking to a child. You can bend down, or you can say, hey, you can look at him, hey, and there's a certain tone that you would take. Where your mama at? Where your daddy at? Where they at? You don't do that. And so a normal person, a regular average person, might get on their knee. They might bend down. Hey, where's your mom at? Where's your dad at? Are you okay? We need to find your mom. We need to find your parents. Hey, can somebody help me? And they start directing traffic, right? Or they might be standing up and they might look down. What are you crying for? Are you lost? And might see the problem there. Either way works. Okay? But when you take a certain tone, the child will respond appropriately and say, oh, I'm lost in this and that. And you can usually comfort the child. In most situations, there are some extremes in situations where, you might have to get somebody else involved just so things don't go left. But in most situations, you pretty much know how that interaction is going to go. With modern women, you need a playlist because the interaction, it continues to change. I can understand your perspective. You don't want a guy approaching like this. But all I really did was come over here and say, hey, my name is Tim. That's all I did. Oh, what you doing over here? You should know by my body language. I don't want you over here. No, I wouldn't know that because your body language is not clear. Maybe I need to make a list letting you know how to get a man to approach you, how to show clearly that you're open. Maybe I need to do that. Modern women are not getting it. That's why y'all keep on posting these videos and making lists, because y'all think that the men aren't understanding from your perspective. They are. It's just you get emotional sometimes, and so when your emotions are like a roller coaster, and a man, I don't even know what state she's in right now. I have no idea. Number one, number two, number three, I don't know her. What option is there? You're gonna call me creepy, really honestly and truth, because you don't like me.